Hello everybody, I am NocturnalOnion, and it looks like I am playing Neverwinter. That's right, I think this is beta weekend 4. I was originally planning on showing you some of the character creation, but a lot of other people have done that. I think this is the first time beta weekend 4 is where you could play this class, which is the Great Weapon Fighter. I made the excuse that other people have done the character creation, mainly because I have no idea where that footage went, so we're just gonna skip ahead to this part. I'm just, running around. This is the very, beginning area after you create your character, just killing some, undead things. And, oh my. Oh, I did this on purpose. You'll notice that I have a couple abilities here that really big on the AoE. One of them is with the right click, with the right click you kind of like do a charge up thing. Very reminiscent of Link and Legend of Zelda. Charge up your sword, do a big spinny thing, and pretty devastating. Also quite hilarious because you can just charge it up, and when you're charged, all doing this crouchy thing and kind of scoot towards the enemy if you want to reposition yourself. Hey, look at me. I'm a handsome dude with a bald guy next to me who disappeared. This game kind of gives you a you see that little sparkly trail on the ground. It's kind of like a, hey, go here for your mission. I kind of feel like that's cheating a bit. I kind of wish it wasn't there all the time. I can understand where, like some areas there's a lot of stuff going on, might get a little confusing on where you need to go, but so far I haven't really had that issue. You do have the option to turn it off, that little sparkly trail. Apparently, I found out. But honestly, if you're going to do it, but play with other people that do, if you're going on trying to do some exploration, just running around doing stuff, or other people are like, hey, let's do this mission or something, they might get a little annoyed at you just wandering around aimlessly. So if it wasn't in the game altogether, it might have been better, but I can see why they might have wanted to add it just for ease of use for some people. Nobody wants to. There's a lot of hand-holding in games anymore. It's kind of annoying. At the moment, at level 3, I got the charge-up ability with my right-click, and then I have Q, my one ability. So if you use them in combination, it's pretty devastating to just these low-level, in-the-way mobs. Some people like to refer to them as trash mobs, but I don't wanna, because that makes them seem like they're just there for filler and just to get in your way, when, well, they are, but, maybe there because they're getting coffee and ooh, I leveled up to 4. Every time you level up, you see a little thing that pops down in the corner, and if you hit U, bring up this nice little menu, tell you everything new that you've learned. So I got a spinning strike, not so fast, and a destroyer. At the moment, I can't really recall what any of those were, but just you level up. Here we go. So I charge up my sword, release it, and then immediately hit my other spinning attack right afterwards. And as you can see, the combo of those two is just pretty lethal for these low-level mobs. And if you notice, there's a lot of indicators on the ground. Indicators such as something bad is going to happen at this location, you shouldn't stand in it, which is kind of like, duh, get out of the way. If you've played any game that has the multiplayer rules, it's like, duh, move, stupid. You're gonna get hurt if you stand there. So don't do it. Just move. Oh god, I'm rambling. I'm tired. I have like, I don't know. I had enough sleep, but I just want to go back to bed. So here's this giant dude. I'm just wailing away with my giant sword in his crotch. Apparently that's gonna be, oh, yeah, there's my daily. Just kind of go on a, vomit spree afterwards. Maybe add some poison damage, but you do this little whirlwind thing. Does some pretty good damage. Now this game tried to boast that it's very action-oriented, which it is, but that you could kind of use abilities and move at the same time. That's not really true. You pretty much have to stand still with some of your attacks in order to pull them off. You can move while using this daily, turn into a blender and just roll around his kneecaps. But like my main attack, I have to stand still to actually keep attacking. If I start moving, it'll cancel it. I gotta start all over. It's just really annoying. Whereas, like for example, Guild Wars 2, if you you could constantly move around while doing pretty much any attack. There were exception just being a few. So here we go. I think I'm in Neverwinter now. Yeah, I am. This is where everyone apparently starts. You can choose a multitude of different cities during character creation. You don't actually start there. You start here. I think your chosen cities just for like a title and also kind of your back history. Which, like many other D&D based games, they do leave you a room to fill out your bio. There's actually a lot of MMOs have stopped doing that, where you can fill in like your back history and all that other stuff, which I want to see come back to some games. The ability to write your own history for your characters, whether it be in a little bio section on your character sheet or whatnot. But the one thing I also miss is the ability to, and I understand the reasons why it went away, is the ability to like put items on the ground, and like have other people come pick them up if they can. I think the last game I remember ever allowing to do this was Asheron's Call, and that was forever ago. That was over 10 to 15 years ago. You could get paper and you could write stuff on it. You just open it up, edit it, and write whatever you wanted, and you can put it on the ground. So people could essentially make their own, quest type stuff. I don't remember. I think that had an item decay. I don't know how long it was though. But the reason most games get rid of it are where you just destroy items, you don't actually put them anywhere on the ground, is server resources. They don't want to track hundreds of different items everywhere. That would increase a strain on servers. But I really wish some games would bring that back, where you could put items on the ground, you could write on paper, trade that paper with other people, leave messages. Even just like a notice board. You go to a notice board and maybe have like an in-game forum type thing. Or maybe you see a little piece of paper hanging on a board and you go pick it up and be like, hey, I need this certain material for crafting stuff. If you get it for me, I'll give you this much gold. So then people create their own quests. That would be awesome. I guess kind of an answer to that in this game would be the Foundry. They've added it to Star Trek Online, which is another one of their games, but I didn't really get into it. But the Foundry allows you to make your own missions and quests in the game, which I think is awesome. It adds almost an infinite amount of playability to the game, so that way when you hit max level and you're at end game, you've done all the dungeons, all that stuff that came with the game originally, you just aren't bored. You know, you can go do other stuff, and adds life to the game. And I've played a couple beta Foundry missions that other players have made in Beta Weekend 4 here, and they're pretty good, you know. People have a good imagination, some people are good writers, and I mean, you can use existing locations in the game, so you don't have to build one from scratch, or you can make your own, from what I've heard. You know, use NPCs, change the lighting effect. You can do all kinds of stuff in this Foundry. I really want to get in there and see if I can do anything myself, just to try it out, see what it's like. So I'm not exactly sure what all the specifics are that you can do with it, but I think it's a really cool concept to allow users to make their own, you know, content and missions and stuff. I think that really adds a lot of life to a game. Some stuff may be quite, you know, inappropriate. There's a special option for that if you want to be a tester, you can go in and test Foundry stuff, but they make you sign a disclaimer saying, hey, some of this stuff is probably going to be pretty raunchy, so you've been warned. Which I'm sure, you know, was that saying you give monkeys like an infinite amount of time and an infinite amount of monkeys and they'll produce the work of Shakespeare? Yeah, well, they'll also produce like the weirdest porn you've ever seen. So that's kind of the same concept, you know, with the Foundry. It's like, here's a tool, guys, go to town. There's going to be some awesome stuff, but then there's going to be some completely ridiculous, off the wall, what the hell is that kind of stuff. So, you know, it could be a positive thing, could be... I think it's all not going to be a positive thing, because they will get reviewed before they get released. At least I think most of them will. And if it's too, like, yeah, then it just won't see the light of day. However, you know, my curiosity would make me want to be like, well, why wasn't it approved? I want to see why it wasn't approved. Let me play it. I want to play it, damn it. I want to see the horror that lies beyond this gate. A giant, you know, penis monster slapping you in the face. I don't know. Turns out you're, you know, going through this dungeon, and when you emerge the cave exit, it's a giant turtle's anus. It could be anything. Turns out you were eaten and pooped you out. I don't know. Oh, that's the other thing that I could go is one of my other gripes is I played through the beta weekend. I hope they change this, but I haven't seen a whole lot of visual difference. Like, see here, I just equipped a new greatsword. I had a rusted greatsword, now I have a clan greatsword. They look identical. And I think every greatsword I picked up during my beta weekend, no difference. It all looked the same. Kind of wish there was a little more visual cue. Just, you know, something that showed that you were getting better. I hate gaudy armor. You got 9-foot long shoulder pads. So it's like, I want to go to a tavern and drink something. Oh crap, I can't fit through the door. I mean, seriously, why does armor have to be so over the top? Why can't it just improve? Like right now I'm wearing, it looks like some chainmail, or maybe some scale mail. Just very simple, you know, nothing fancy. You'd think I'd start with just a shirt, but I mean, okay. But why can't it just go from, like, you start out with a shirt, maybe get some leather armor, and slowly progress up until you get to like some awesome full plate. And then the armor doesn't have to look like plain for me, but I don't want it to be super over the top either. I mean, there can be some decor, you know, a few spikes sticking out, you know, just little things attached to the armor to, you know, make it look a little different, but not something that would let me see my enemies coming from, you know, 500 miles away. Oh man, I'm kind of rambling. So I have quite a bit more footage from Beta Weekend 4. I have, you know, quite a few hours that I put in on this weekend just to, you know, really get a feel for the game. But I don't want to throw it all into one video and then, you know, slap it on YouTube and have someone sit for, you know, a couple hours watching me play a game and talk about it. So I'm going to split it up. Just show you the little, you know, next video I'll probably do a little more combat, going through a dungeon or something. Talk a bit more about the game, how I feel about it. And so yeah, until next time, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I am NocturnalOnion, and we'll see you later.